For me, hunting started back with my heritage and my grandfather, and it was always about continuing this hunting legacy. I want to make sure that I'm passing that on to my children as well. So it's more than just using the outdoors for the animals, it's actually learning about the conservation side, teaching my kids to respect and learn the balance. You are really trying to become one with nature when you're out there because you don't want the animal to know that you're there. It kind of gives me a chance to reground myself, listen to nature, breathe some fresh air. There's people of all walks of life in the outdoors. And I think the more that we promote that, the more that we show people that, it can reconnect them to something maybe that was lost.
Coming up on Outdoor Oklahoma.
But I can't imagine doing life with somebody who's not soulfully compatible with myself, passionate about fishing like myself.
I don't think I'd ever not hunt without my mom. She's one who's taught me the most about hunting that nobody can teach me as much as she can in person.
Good job, baby. Much flavor that comes out of that first bite. You get that rosemary right off the top. Oh, you got him! You got him, Emily!
Oh!
Nice mess of blue cat we have right there.
Ready.
Now folks, this is what we're after. This is what you get in Outdoor Oklahoma.
Outdoor Oklahoma is brought to you by the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation, sharing the beauty, the adventure, and the spirit of Oklahoma's wild places.
So fishing, bass fishing specifically, has really been the common thread of my whole life, and that all started on a fishing trip with my dad when I was about 16 years old. Right in the middle of a great trip, he says, "So what do you think you want to be when you grow up?" Because he was thinking about his work at the time, and I'm like, I don't know, a dentist? I don't know, Dad. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, just promise me that whatever you do, you'll do something you love. And those words really guided the rest of my life. Certainly, I think this office reflects the fact that this sport has been a part of my life since I was a teenager, before it was even my profession. You'll see a tournament entry form from when I was a 16-year-old kid to the early Lowrance product. I started my career at Lowrance Electronics in Tulsa. Just so many mementos from my time spent covering professional tournaments for 17 or 18 years. The time I spent at Terminator Fishing Lures, you'll find a lot of that in my office. You know, I've been so fortunate. I've made my living for 30 years in and around bass fishing, and one thing that I always observed or noted was the women that stood behind some of the most successful men ever in the sport, whether it was Sherrie Van Dam, wife of Kevin Van Dam, or whether it was Tammy Cook, wife of Ken Cook. I always realized, man, if you're going to pick a life's mate, talking to myself, you better have a woman like that understands this sport, understands that you've got this passion for this, that it's not going to go away, and it's going to be a very dominant part of my life. So if I find a life's mate, she'd better understand and hopefully support that, but ultimately be a part of that. I've talked to guys that said, I don't want my wife in the boat or out there in the woods with me. That's my time. I'm like, that's not me. That's not me. I'm a people person. I like sharing this passion for fishing with other people. And so I knew that if I were to ever find a wife, that I wanted her in the boat with me. I wanted her to hopefully develop that same passion.
Babe, if I catch a big one, will you let me join a tournament one more time?
I guess so.
How big does it have to be? Any fish? Any size?
This evening?
Yeah.
If you catch one 4 or over this evening, we'll fish
Babe.
another derby soon.
Well, 4 or over, holy cow.
You can catch a 4. You've caught your fair share of 4s in the last 2 years. So obviously folks ask, how did you meet Sherrie? I'm gonna be honest with you. I met her on Match.com. I'm like a lot of people. For years I thought dating sites were corny and that I would never do that. And then somebody actually said, Guck, you're a good dude and you know what you want. You should get on a credible dating site and find somebody who's truly right for you. And so kind of on that piece of wisdom or a dare, I did, and that's where I met Sherrie.
Oh, did you see that? When I threw, did you see it?
No.
Yeah,
I
all the
missed?
bait just jumped when I threw it just now.
Spook some bait.
Yep, right there along the edge. So if you met my friends before Guck, and they would tell you that I was very glittery. I loved shoes, I loved clothes, I loved sparkly things, and I still do to a certain point. Babe, I've been wanting to fish in the sticks so bad.
Have you?
Remember?
Fishing in the sticks. Not the standing timber. Not the stick-ups, but the sticks. Fishing in the sticks, says the share bear.
Fish in the sticks. When I met Guck, like, I just felt like I could be me. I didn't have to prove that I was anybody. Guck loved me for me. I didn't have to be sparkly. I mean, who wouldn't want to come out here? It's like, it's so peaceful and quiet. When I've had a really rough day at school, like, I'll come home and tell Guck, I'm like, let's do this. Let's go fishing. Because it literally just, babe, did you see those? It literally just gets my mind off of everything. It's, I don't know, it's consoling, I guess you could say. So I am the Mars Elementary School principal. I absolutely love Skytook. I love the people. I love my teachers. I love all of my staff. Woohoo! Very quiet in the hallway, people. I was very young when I decided I wanted to become a teacher. I didn't have a lot of self-esteem at the age of 4 and 5. I went to 3 different schools when I was in kindergarten, and I had a lot of just hard time making friends. Have fun. Have fun. And when I got into the 2nd grade, I had a wonderful teacher. Her name is Mrs. Little at Bixby, and still friends with her today. And she literally just made me just feel like I was special, and that, you know, she loved me. And so I hung on to her every word. I hung on to everything that she did, and I came home and I would reteach it. I would play school and I would reteach everything. My grandma always said she never had to wonder what happened at school because I would come home and mimic everything that had happened. So that's why I got into education. I just love working with these kids who maybe are in those same home lives that I had. Have fun on your field trip, enjoy. Have fun, sweetheart, enjoy. Guck and I met on Match.com. I still laugh when I hear that because it's definitely somewhere I would never thought that I would have met anyone. But my daughter got me set up on it, and you know, literally saw him on there. He was on there one day, I was on there a week. And within 2 weeks, we'd canceled our accounts.
When I first met Sherrie, I knew that we had some common ground. She was a Grand Laker, so I knew that, you know, she at least liked being on the water. And her youngest son, Wyatt, had fished some of the BFL tournaments, so she knew a little bit about what tournaments were and what they involved, but she certainly was not an angler. I don't know that she'd ever actually fished, per se, outside of maybe on the Arkansas River as a little girl.
But fishing is such a huge part of his life. And so I knew that if I was going to know anything about Guck, that I needed to get in the boat with him. And so I started watching him, and I watched him, and I watched him, and watched him catch the biggest fish he's ever caught in Lake Sky. Took a 9.5 largemouth bass.
And when I got that 9-pounder in the boat, Sherrie said, "Oh my gosh, this is more fun than shoe shopping," and I love shoe shopping. She was shaking.
That's what I was used to having a thrill for, right, was the shoes. So I got to watch him catch that, and to watch him do that, it just excited me. So I'm thinking, okay, could I do this?
But in that moment, something clicked in her mind and her soul, and that started the fire.
Babe,
You got one, baby.
Yeah, look at him.
You got
Get
one.
the net. Get the net. Hurry.
I got you.
Hurry.
Reel him to me.
I'm too much to the reel. Oh.
Good job, baby. Good.
I know the best I've ever got. Oh my God. So when I'm out on the water, I just love the simplicity. I love nature. I love waking up and getting in that boat in the morning time just before the sun comes up and watching that come up. There's just so much to the nature that you can't see unless you're there, right, in the moment. I have just got to enjoy so much of the goodness of of nature, what God made for us. And Guck has taught me to slow down in the sense of just enjoying life, not things. He and I love being with each other, and this is something that we can do together, as a couple. They're biting.
Yeah, so if I'm to be very transparent about it, you might guess as a middle-aged dude, this was not my first marriage. I've been through some heartbreak in my life, and so if you're watching this, I don't know where you're at in your life, but if you think you're going through a tough time in your relationship or your marriage, or maybe you are divorced, I hope that we provide some hope, man. We're just two hardworking people that love what we do for a living, and we happen to find each other. I certainly don't think it was a coincidence, but I just want you to know, man, that there's somebody out there that's perfectly matched to you, and I really encourage you to find somebody that is compatible. That's a word I use a lot, is compatible. Maybe fishing's not your deal. Maybe you like to play golf, but I can't imagine doing life with somebody who's not soulfully compatible with myself, passionate about fishing like myself.
Sit.
No!
I feel like duck hunting is something that it just changes you once you get out there and you get in the duck blind and you watch that morning flight come in. Duck hunting just changes you. So it's probably something I never would have done without my son's passion, and once we got out there and we experienced it, it's something I fell in love with. Oh. It's an experience watching the world wake up, going out before the sun is awake, and watching just the world come to life is an experience you can't get anywhere else.
Or big ducks there. I'd say the best part about hunting with my mom is just getting to experience something that most people don't get to experience with their mom. Most people don't get to go hunting with their mom or spend time out in nature at 4 in the morning and wait till the ducks come cupped in, feet down in the decoys. Most moms just don't want to do that, so it's pretty fun.
Hunting with Tristan has made our relationship stronger in ways that I wouldn't expect. We learn each other's strengths and weaknesses on a whole different level. We learn communication on a whole different level, how far we're willing to push our boundaries. And it's not something you can learn on your just day-to-day home life or work and school life. It's getting out there and really knowing a different side of each other. Started hunting about 11 years ago when my son was about 6 years old. Ever since he could form a sentence, all he talked about was hunting. I didn't grow up hunting, and we didn't have any family that hunted, but he just had it in him. And so when he was 6, we took him, or him and I both went out for his first squirrel hunt. And then we went from there. We started off on squirrels, and then once he went duck hunting, that was it from there.
I'd say I do most of my hunting with my mom. I live with her, so she's the first person I ask. And it's really affected our relationship in a good way. Because, like I said earlier, most people don't get to go hunting with their mom. Most moms don't want to get up that early. They may rather stay in bed. And she wants to get out and cook breakfast in the duck blind at 5 in the morning after we set up the decoys and get the blind brushed in. And it really helps us get patient with each other and really just helps our bond grow. Most of my friends think it's pretty interesting because their moms don't want to do it. Their moms, don't bring the duck inside, or I don't want to see pictures of you killing ducks or videos. I'd say she was an amazing hunter. She learns and retains everything that I learn, if not more. She's the one that helps me scout for all these ducks and geese, and I can talk to her just like I'm talking to a guide. We just really relate together really well, and she's pretty smart.
Through a mutual friend, we met Mason, and he was able to take us out to his grandparents' place. We had a great hunt, not because we got a limit, but because we met a new friend, we got to experience a new place, and we were out in the duck blind together, and that's what made it worth it all.
We may have not shot a whole ton of ducks, but man, it was a lot of fun. All 3 of us, we had a really good, well actually all 4 of us, the dog too. We had a really, really fun time.
Once you get out in the duck hunting world and you talk to people, it's like I said, duck hunting changes you, but when you meet those people that have been changed too, you just form a relationship, whether it's the first time you've met or you've seen them for years. And one of the best things is the heart of duck hunters, where they're willing to help each other out. And this was a great hunt we were able to do with Mason.
I hunt because it's something different. It's something that changes you because, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But once you go hunting and you just get to see everything that God put on this earth that wakes up, it changes you and you just want it every morning.
If there are any parents out there that have kids that are just begging them to go hunting, that aren't used to hunting or didn't grow up hunting, my advice would be to just do it. Get out of your comfort zone, take them out there, watch videos, ask questions, read books. The information's out there. That's how we learn, just asking questions, watching videos, just trying to educate ourselves. I would say don't let age scare you off either. We've gotten my niece out there. When it was warm, she was able to get out there in the duck blind and diapers. She got it, and now she's 4 and she has an absolute love for it. So introducing it at a young age is something I would strongly suggest to parents, but I'd also say get out of your comfort zone, get out there, and don't give up because it's worth it.
What? Alex, quick. Right here in the decoys. Kill. Good boy. Tough.
Good boy, here. Good. Good dog. Is that your first duck to retrieve? Well, no, that's your 5th for this season. No, that's your, oh yeah, that's your 5th. Sit, hold, drop, drop. Heel. About those. So I don't know about those. It's okay, we'll probably have one coming 2 inches from my face in about 10 seconds. And I'll be turned around. I don't think I'd ever not hunt without my mom. She's one who's taught me the most about hunting that nobody can teach me as much as she can in person. She's really helped me a lot with hunting, and I've helped her too. We bounce back and forth with knowledge. And so I really don't see why I wouldn't hunt with her. We can make hard situations really work out and really get some good hunts in. And even if whenever I'm growing up and I have my own family, I don't think I'd ever quit. She's gonna be right there next to me.
Outdoor Oklahoma is produced by the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation and is proud to serve and be funded entirely by sportsmen and women and outdoor enthusiasts who love and appreciate all things wild in the great state of Oklahoma. Connect with us online on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Want to know more about the Wildlife Department? Visit us at wildlifedepartment.com. Thanks for watching.
The journey of a hunter takes us to some pretty amazing places. To a world where time slows, senses sharpen, and nature's bond deepens. We experience a connection to the land and to a place our soul knew it needed. Where will your journey take you?